Yeah, so I did do testing in this video about Emilie-Nilou teams, but I thought today we could do that, but in more depth. We could test a bunch of the different Nilou teams and then see how Emilie compares with them, particularly Dendro Traveler, because a lot of people are wondering like how much better is Emilie than Dendro Traveler. So I thought we could do that today. The thing with the Emilie-Nilou teams is this artifact set doesn't really work, and Favonius definitely doesn't work. So I have to change my build up a lot. The question is, do you play Deepwood Memories on Nahida and then Golden Troupe on Emilie, or do you do it the other way around? Now that is something I also want to test, because if you give Deepwood Memories to Emilie, I'm not sure how consistent this Dendro res would be. So I'll test both ways. We'll do some clears with Deepwood on Emilie, and then we'll do some clears with Deepwood on Nahida. So this is a 32 substat build with some EM, pretty good. And then what I'll do now is I'll give Nahida a Golden Troupe set. I think I'll just take my officials pieces for now. It's pretty good. So this is what we're using. Yeah, but you can't use ICD in Nilou teams. That's the issue. That's what we figured out when Nilou came out. If you guys didn't know, ICD, it's on a per enemy basis, which means when a lot of people talk about ICD and like reactions, and then when reactions occur, they are assuming you're fighting one enemy and that's all you're fighting. But the issue with Nilou teams is because the blooms are AoE and you're probably in an AoE fight with multiple enemies, it means those single target ICD rules don't apply, because you could be constantly applying your elements to like this enemy and then that enemy, but because it's an AoE explosion, you'll be hitting both enemies, and then everything goes out the window, because then some effects, like they might be theoretically on ICD. If a new enemy spawns in, it's like more important about like the elemental application potential, like characters that attack fast. So you can see there, like Emilie was basically applying Dendro every hit there, because there was multiple enemies to fight. So the fact that she has fast attack speed means that in practice, she was constantly applying a Dendro. And like I said, the AoE of the blooms would be hitting all the enemies as well. So the theoretical ICD, it does not matter unless you're fighting one enemy. And then there's also other things, like a lot of characters can use sacrificial weapons. And then on top of that, like a character like Collei, everything compounds from that, because when you use her skill, it means you produce this more, this extension more, and it also means you produce this extra C6 Dendro application as well. Just by switching her weapon to something like this, it can drastically change like the overall amount of application you can get. So yeah, overall it just doesn't really work to focus on the theory. So that's why you have to go out there and test it in game. You have to test these Nilou teams in game and then see what is different in theory and what's the same. Okay, so Emilie is applying Deepwood here, so we need to see how consistent she is at that.
This dance is for you. Permanent of the deep. This will brighten up the place. Follow my stream. Roll. Committed to memory. Fresh and floral. All eyes on me.
You're coming with the target practice.
Reconstitute.
Bloom as a leaf.
This will brighten up the place. Billowing surge.
The eternal oasis of lava.
Let's do it with changing the gear. I want to see if it's noticeably better or not. Okay, so I've changed Nahida's artifacts back. Like, do I use Golden Troupe? Like, what else do you use? This talent specifically says that it doesn't count as an elemental skill, and this does a lot of her damage. But yeah, the main thing is, like, if your team's not burning, and if you've already got Deepwood, like, what else are we really using here? I guess we can use, like, double attack. Do I use a double attack set? So I guess I just use that then. So Deepwood Memories, Nahida, and then just double attack Emilie with Star Homer. At least now I have AoE, so I don't need to rely too much on Emilie's.
This'll brighten up the place. Rest and rebuild. Grow. Dance with the waves. Yeah, this may turn a little. Billowing surge. A little ambiance. Allow me.
You're coming with the target package.
This may turn a little. This'll brighten up the place. All eyes on me. Turret,
Where do you think you're going?
let's chase.
The eternal oasis, long last.
Okay, that was actually the best time there, but they're all roughly the same. They're all about 7-8 seconds faster than using the gear in the other way. I think it's safe to suggest, at least in AoE content, that you do still want deepwood on Nahida, because she's just way too consistent at activating this. And the second that you try to get fancy, you try to change her artifact set, you try to give it to another character, another Dendro character, then you end up getting scuffed, I think. But what I can do now is I can try DMC. We could try DMC and see how it is. I'll probably use instructor on DMC. What is this? 250 ER? This is good. So we can compare DMC now. Obviously, I'm C6 with unleveled talents. I don't think anyone levels up DMC talents. Yeah, Emilie was Homer, so that could be a factor. But then again, DMC does not have a pay to win set. His best set is basically this. Whether you're free to play or pay to win, this is the only real build you have with him. I guess you could also say that his crit card might be a factor. Let's see.
Allow me.
Bruh, how do I even speedrun this first wave with DMC?
Hold the line. This may turn a little. This dance is for you.
Scatter!
Billowing surge. Allow me. Yeah. Hey.
Germinate! Scatter!
Let's move out.
You're coming with the target package.
Grow.
Raise a star!
With all my strength.
Where do you
I
think
see
you're
everything.
going? Spring forth!
Covenant of the deep. Rest and rebuild.
The eternal oasis.
Yeah, I genuinely can't see a way where I can get DMZ to be similar to Emilie. Luckily, it's only by like a few seconds. So it is very insignificant. But that's kind of how needy teams work. You're not going to get a huge difference between each team. Anyway, I don't think I can get DMC to be as good. I think the gap would be greater if we do Chamber 2 with Mago Kenki anyway. Okay, now we can pair it with Collei. My Collei uses Emblem. This is the Collei build emblem. And then not crowned, but 12-12. C6.
Allow me. Hold the line. Grow. Forward and up. Dance with the waves. Everyone hold hands. Just like we rehearsed. Turret, bring refuge. Rest and rebuild.
You're coming with the target package. Crack your wings and raise a storm!
All eyes on me. All my strength.
Where do you think you're going?
Try this on yourself.
The eternal oasis of long last.
See, the problem is, it's just immediately better. Isn't that just immediately superior than either of the teams? So who else is there to test? Yeah, I would like to test Kirara. I mean, I can still test Kirara. I don't have a C4. I don't have the C4, but I can still test that. So I'm missing out on a bit of extra app. I think she'll still be better than DMC even without the C4. I can't remember if I use Instructor on Kirara or if I use a healing set though. I'll try this. It looks like I can get her similar to Emilie. So with Kirara, you have to play her a bit more quick swap than the others.
This dance is for you. Coming through. Turn, bring refuge. Back, back. Here. Service with a smile. Coming through. Allow me. Dance with the waves. Hold the line.
Target
Stay
set.
true to the
Stretch your wings and raise the star.
Here, please.
Oasis. Where do you think you're going?
Of the deep. Grow, grow.
Goodbye.
Let's try a triple hydro team. I'm gonna have to gear him with triple EM. Oh no. I'm gonna have to change his gear. I'm gonna use that. In a triple hydro team, all the characters get blooms. Okay, now how do you play triple hydro teams in this chamber?
Let me read you a verse. No, my...
Committed to memory. Rest and rebuild. Grow, grow, grow. This dance is for you. With all my strength. Yeah. Sharing my knowledge. Committed. Billowing surge.
Witness the power of God.
Yeah. Just stay true to it.
I'm coming with more toes. Spread your wings and raise the
All eyes on
star.
me. Positions.
Where do you think you're going? The eternal oasis.
Jesus Christ. So that team is good, but you're always almost dying in those teams. So these teams are like a high damage, but very hard to play. I mean, I'm getting consistently the same time here. What does a Neuvillette team look like? This is the only team I can play, basically.
Committed to memory. Grow, grow, grow. Don't be scared.
Tides beckon.
Committed to memory. All my strength. Ready?
Justice is bound your head.
You're coming with more toes.
Stay true to it. Stay put.
Be sanctified.
Oasis.
All eyes on me. Positions.
Where do you think you're going?
I see everything.
Silence.
Goodbye. But the eternal oasis of love.
This is kind of what I've been saying, is that you could argue Nilou's best teams are with Neuvillette. It ends up being a weird sort of discussion. I don't know how to navigate that discussion myself, because it's like, are these actually Nilou teams, or are they Neuvillette teams that just happen to have Nilou in them? But it's not that Neuvillette is like significantly better. As you can see, I'm getting like the same clear times with Collei. I'm sure Neuvillette would be faster than Collei in single target though. But at least in AoE, it's not really like a big difference between him and Collei. But like I said, it's sort of, do Neuvillette Nilou teams count as Nilou teams? Because you don't build Neuvillette for EM. It's just you play Neuvillette and then you just have
Water
blooms
comes
on the
in many
side.
flavors to the discerning.
Neuvillette is easy to play. Well, it depends. I don't know if Neuvillette is easier to play always. I think if you have Baiju, like if I had like this team with Baiju, then you could say Neuvillette is easier to play. But as you can see there, like it is quite easy. If you don't have Baiju, you have to play. You don't have enough Dendro application with Kirara because you have to play Neuvillette on field a lot. So you basically have to play Yaoyao, and then with the Yaoyao you don't have interrupt resistance at C0 at least clear time wise. So now you guys wanted to see deepwood Emilie and then the free-to-play characters. So you want to see like who's better, Dendro Traveler or Collei free to play. I have to use Kokomi here. So I have to switch gear. No, keep that. Take that, and that. But my barber is not fully leveled. I have to use Kokomi. But this is the gear. This is fine.
Reconstitute. Allow me. Allow my strength.
Propagate! Germinate!
Hold the line. Russian floral. Dance with the waves.
Propagate! Spring forth! Scatter!
This'll brighten up the place. Billowing surge. Allow me. All eyes on me. Position.
Target found. Cracked our wings and raise a star!
Russian floral. Covenant of
Where do you think you're going? The eternal oasis of love.
See, it does run out of steam eventually. This team does run out of steam eventually, but it's not unusable. It's like 10 seconds slower. So the best Nahida teams versus these Nahida teams, it's like 20 seconds difference, I think. Let's try Collei instead. I'm not sure how better this is gonna be. I'm not sure. It might not even be better. I have no idea.
Reconstitute. Allow me. Position. Furina, help! Billowing surge. Hold the line. A little ambiance. Dance with the waves. Here. Just like we rehearsed. Torrent, bring from here. Allow me. Go! This'll brighten up the place. All eyes on me. All my strength. Aye.
You're coming with target found.
Cracked our wings and raise a star. Covenant
Where do you think you're going?
Rest and rebuild.
No, the eternal oasis.
Allow me.
Okay, I lied. Collei carried so hard there. Okay. See, it was almost like in AoE that the Collei Emilie team was as good as like the Nahida DMC team. You could actually compete with like the weaker Nilou Nahida teams. I'm sure in single target it would be different though, but you can see that wasn't bad. That wasn't bad at all. I think a team like this though, it's got 2 4-stars. Maybe these are the 2 4-stars you have. So as we always say, like a weak Nahida team is still pretty good, at least when the content is suitable for her.
Stay put. Ray outlines your face. A minute to memory. Go get it, you Glenn. All my strength. This dance is for you. Rain cutter, know my sword. You Glenn.
You're coming with target found. Cracked our wings and raise a star! Oasis. Where do you think you're going?
Let me read you a verse. Change of plan.
The eternal oasis.
It's not bad. It seems not bad. It's probably one of the better teams if you don't have Kokomi. Dude, we should be able to try Furina now, right? Okay, last team. The people want to see how good this team is. It's actually very good. The main issue is you die a lot, which is actually a big issue. I don't think this will be the fastest team though. Jesus Christ. How the hell do you play this team without dying? I don't see how I'm supposed to get 10 seconds quicker there.
Coming was foretold.
Let my name echo in song. Stop fighting.
The eternal oasis.
You need that constellations and weapon for Furina to be really good. I mean, she is good, but not the best. And also, it's harder to play this team as well. I don't really see that as... I'd rather play Neuvillette. I mean, she is still good because Furina's 100% uptime on Hydra application and it follows you around. So that's her main value. It's not really the buffs. It's the Hydra app. It's just that she also kills you and the characters are already dying. Like your Nahida has this. So she's getting drained by Furina and then she's getting the recoil damage. I still think I'm keen to be tested today. If you're excluding Neuvillette, from my testing, the best team overall is still this in terms of like DPS. But Emilie was not bad. She was only slightly worse. Emilie or like Xingqiu or Kirara, especially if you have C4 Kirara. Same thing with Furina. Like all those teams are also, they're not far behind Collei at all.